Welcome to English Fluency Teacher, where your voice matters and your confidence grows, one sentence at a time. Today's video is a full-day shadowing experience, a day at work in English. You'll walk through a complete workday, from morning routines to meetings, challenges, and evening reflections, using natural, expressive English that mirrors real-life conversations. But first, let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing is more than just repeating words. It's about training your ear, your voice, and your emotional rhythm. You listen to a sentence, then repeat it immediately, matching the pronunciation, tone, and feeling. It's one of the most powerful ways to build fluency, especially when the sentences are rich, real, and emotionally grounded. In this video, I will speak each sentence clearly, then pause so you can repeat after me. You will practice sounding confident, natural, and emotionally connected, just like native speakers do in everyday life. Whether you're preparing for a job interview, working in an English-speaking environment, or simply building your fluency step by step, this video is your immersive practice space. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and get ready to speak English with clarity and confidence. Let's begin your day together. Listen carefully and then repeat after me. I woke up feeling a little groggy, but determined to start strong. The alarm was relentless, but I didn't hit snooze. I stretched, took a deep breath, and rolled out of bed. The sunlight peeked through the curtains, soft and warm. I brewed a strong cup of coffee to kickstart my brain. My to-do list was already forming in my head. I checked my phone, then decided to put it away. Breakfast was quick, just toast and a banana. I packed my bag and double-checked my documents. The mirror reminded me to smile before leaving. I locked the door and stepped into the morning air. The street was quiet, except for a few early risers. I caught the bus just in time. The driver nodded, and I returned the gesture. I found a seat by the window and watched the city wake up. My mind wandered between tasks and dreams. I rehearsed my presentation silently. A child laughed nearby. It lightened my mood. The traffic was slow, but I stayed patient. I reminded myself, today is a chance to grow. I arrived at the office with 5 minutes to spare. I greeted the receptionist with a cheerful "Good morning." The elevator ride felt longer than usual. I stepped out and headed straight to my desk. Hey, how was your weekend? Pretty relaxing. I finally finished that book. Nice. I've been meaning to read more. I hung my coat and powered up my computer. The inbox was already overflowing. I scanned the subject lines for anything urgent. A colleague waved from across the room. I waved back and smiled. The coffee machine was humming in the background. I grabbed a second cup, just in case. Did you see the new project brief? Not yet. Is it intense? A little, but we've handled worse. I opened the document and started reading. The goals were ambitious, but doable. I jotted down a few ideas. My calendar reminded me of the 10 a.m. meeting. I printed the agenda and headed to the conference room. Let's make this quick and productive. Everyone nodded in agreement. Thanks for joining. Let's dive in. We need to finalize the proposal by Friday. Any blockers we should address? The budget's tight, but we can adjust. Let's assign tasks and set deadlines. I volunteered to handle the client presentation. Great, you're always solid under pressure. I smiled and took notes. The discussion moved quickly, lots of ideas flying. Let's circle back on that after lunch. I asked a clarifying question about the timeline. Good point. Let's extend it by 2 days. The team seemed aligned and motivated. Thanks, everyone. Let's make this happen. We wrapped up and returned to our desks. I opened the presentation template and started drafting. The words flowed easily at first. Then I hit a creative block. I stepped away for a moment to reset. A colleague offered feedback. It helped a lot. Try simplifying slide 3. It's a bit dense. I revised it and felt more confident. The deadline was approaching, but I was on track. I rehearsed the key points aloud. This message needs to resonate, not just inform. Suddenly, my computer froze. Suddenly, my computer froze. I stared at the screen, hoping it would recover. I stared at the screen, hoping it would recover. I restarted it and crossed my fingers. I restarted it and crossed my fingers. The file was still there, thankfully. The file was still there, thankfully. I saved a backup immediately. I saved a backup immediately. A client emailed with last-minute changes. A client emailed with last-minute changes. I felt a wave of frustration, but stayed calm. I felt a wave of frustration, but stayed calm. Let's adapt. We've done it before. Let's adapt. We've done it before. I updated the slides and rechecked the numbers. I updated the slides and rechecked the numbers. The clock was ticking. The clock was ticking. I skipped lunch to stay on schedule. I skipped lunch to stay on schedule. My stomach growled, but I kept going. My stomach growled, but I kept going. A colleague brought me a snack. Kind gesture. A colleague brought me a snack. Kind gesture. You've got this. Just breathe. You've got this. Just breathe. I took a deep breath and refocused. I took a deep breath and refocused. The presentation was almost ready. The presentation was almost ready. I added a closing quote for impact. I added a closing quote for impact. Success is not final. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. Failure is not fatal. I practiced my tone and pacing. I practiced my tone and pacing. I finally stepped outside for a breather. The air was crisp and refreshing. I found a quiet bench and sat down. My thoughts drifted to the morning's chaos, I reminded myself, progress, not perfection. Lunch was simple, rice and vegetables. I ate slowly, savouring the moment. A bird landed nearby, curious and calm. I smiled and felt grounded. I checked my phone, then put it away again. Silence felt like a gift. I returned to the office with renewed energy. Let's finish strong, I whispered to myself. The afternoon awaited. I was ready to tackle it. I reviewed the final draft one last time. Everything looked polished and professional. I sent it to the client with a short note. Please let me know if you need anything else. I updated the team on our progress. I organized my files and cleaned up my desktop. A colleague asked for help with a report. Sure, let's take a look together. We solved the issue in 10 minutes. Thanks, you saved me. I smiled and returned to my own tasks. The office started to quiet down. People were packing up and saying goodbye. I checked tomorrow's calendar. A few meetings, but nothing too heavy. I wrote down 3 goals for tomorrow. I shut down my computer and stretched. Good job today, I told myself. I grabbed my bag and headed out. The elevator ride felt peaceful. I stepped into the evening light. I walked home slowly, letting my thoughts settle. The sky was painted in soft shades of orange. I passed a bakery and caught the scent of fresh bread. I passed a bakery and caught the scent of fresh bread. I bought a small treat, just because. I bought a small treat, just because. At home, I changed into something comfortable. At home, I changed into something comfortable. I lit a candle and played soft music. I lit a candle and played soft music. Dinner was light and satisfying. Dinner was light and satisfying. I reflected on the day's wins and lessons. I reflected on the day's wins and lessons.
What is shadowing? Shadowing is a powerful technique where you listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately, just like an actor rehearsing lines. It helps you improve your pronunciation and rhythm, build automatic speaking habits, boost listening comprehension, train your brain to think in English, and most importantly, gain real confidence when speaking. How to use this video? I'll ask you a question, then pause. You'll repeat the answer out loud, just like you're having a real conversation. You can shadow both the question and the answer, or just the answer. It's up to you. Repeat as many times as you like. The more you speak, the faster you'll improve. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and get ready to speak with confidence. Let's begin your journey to English fluency, one sentence at a time. What's your name? My name is Emma. Where are you from? I'm from California. How old are you? I'm 25 years old. What do you do? I work as a graphic designer. Are you a student? No, I graduated last year. What languages do you speak? I speak English and Spanish. What's your favorite color? I really like green. Where do you live? I live in a small town near Chicago. What's your hobby? I enjoy painting and hiking. Do you live alone? No, I live with my roommate. What time do you wake up? I usually wake up around 7 a.m. What do you eat for breakfast? I usually have oatmeal and coffee. Do you exercise in the morning? Yes, I go for a short run. What time do you start work? I start work at 9 o'clock. How do you get to work? I drive or sometimes take the train. What do you do during lunch? I eat and check my messages. When do you finish work? I finish around 5 p.m. What do you do in the evening? I relax and watch Netflix. Do you cook dinner? Yes, I like cooking simple meals. What time do you go to bed? I usually sleep around 11 p.m. Where do you shop for groceries? I shop at Trader Joe's. Do you use cash or card? I usually pay with my debit card. How much is this shirt? It's $25. Is this on sale? Yes, it's 30% off today. Can I try this on? Sure, the fitting rooms are in the back. Do you need a bag? Yes, please. What size do you wear? I wear a medium. Do you like online shopping? Yes, it's super convenient. How often do you shop? Maybe once a week. What's your favorite store? I love shopping at Target. What's your favorite food? I love tacos. Do you like spicy food? Not really. I prefer mild flavors. What do you usually order at a restaurant? I usually get grilled chicken. Do you prefer tea or coffee? Definitely coffee. Can I see the menu? Of course. Here you go. Is this dish vegetarian? Yes, it's made with vegetables only. Would you like a dessert? Yes, I'll have the cheesecake. How was the food? It was delicious. Can I get the check, please? Sure, I'll bring it right over. Do you tip the server? Yes, I usually tip 20%. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good. Do you have a headache? Yes, it started this morning. Have you taken any medicine? I took some ibuprofen. Do you exercise regularly? I try to work out 3 times a week. What do you do to stay healthy? I eat well and get enough sleep. Do you visit the doctor often? Just for regular checkups. Are you allergic to anything? Yes, I'm allergic to peanuts. Do you drink enough water? I try to drink 8 glasses a day. What's your favorite food? I love fresh berries. Do you meditate? Yes, it helps me stay calm. What did you study in college? I studied psychology. Did you enjoy learning English? Yes, it's fun and useful. How do you practice speaking? I use shadowing videos like this one. Do you take online classes? Yes, I take one every weekend. What's your favorite subject? I really enjoy history. Do you study every day? I try to study a little each day. How do you improve vocabulary? I read and write new words. Do you have a study routine? Yes, I study in the evenings. What's your learning goal? I want to speak fluently. Do you use a dictionary? Yes, it helps a lot. What's your job? I'm a software developer. Do you enjoy your work? Yes, I love solving problems. How long have you worked there? I've been there for 3 years. What's your daily task? I write code and attend meetings. Do you work full time? Yes, I do. What skills do you use at work? Communication and technical skills. Do you work with a team? Yes, we collaborate a lot. What's your biggest challenge? Managing deadlines. Do you want to change careers? Not right now. What motivates you at work? Learning new things. Do you like traveling? Yes, I love exploring new places. What's your favorite place to visit? I love going to New York City. How do you usually travel? I usually fly or drive. Have you ever flown in a plane? Yes, many times. Do you need a passport to travel? Yes, for international trips. What do you pack for a trip? Clothes, toiletries, and snacks. Do you prefer solo travel or group travel? I prefer traveling with friends. How do you plan your trips? I use travel apps like Trip.com and make a checklist. What's your dream destination? I want to visit Japan. Do you take photos when you travel? Yes, I love capturing memories.
If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who's learning English, and subscribe to English Fluency Teacher for more practical, motivational English content. Until next time, stay confident, stay curious, and keep shining. See you in the next video.